Okay. So here's what I did.
Yep.
And this is something that you'll definitely want to discuss with Amanda.
Cool.
So at some point, the default properties of the zone legend got wonky. How that happened, I couldn't tell you. But occasionally it happens. I've had certain things in my settings files over the years change, my camera view. So my settings file actually deleted all of these shortcut keys for all of these different views. I couldn't do any of this stuff with my keyboard. And I realized it had something to do with my settings. Obviously my settings, I never, I don't save. You can't save specific view commands to your settings file, but something I did on my settings file directly affected this, and I had to go and adjust my settings file. I don't even remember what I did. I think I just resaved it, or maybe reloaded it. So what I did to be able to kind of correct whatever happened to this zone legend default properties is I went, I selected this clean defaults. Now, I haven't gone through and checked to see that, actually I probably could. I think that's going to reset all defaults back to the program defaults, which, might create a lot of work, which we don't necessarily want. I'm just curious if I do this. So the text font didn't change there, but if I generate a new one, yeah, text font, everything's going back to program defaults. So I don't know if this is necessarily a good solution, but unfortunately I'm not aware of another way to fix the default properties of this sway brace zone legend without cleaning the default properties.
But that would just be from this drawing only.
Well, not necessarily. If something for some reason the weird default properties of this zone legend element are saved in the settings file that you're loading when you create new drawings, or if it's saved that way in your template drawing, there's not really going to be a good way to undo or reset default properties for just this element.
So if I were to go into our template or have her be set up, she can double check what is there.
Yeah. So if you right. So if you open the template drawing, or you open a new drawing and load a settings file, depending on which method you guys are taking, and then go to settings, default properties, click on the sway brace zone legend, and in the text table, if there's nothing populating here, that indicates that the default properties of the zone legend that are causing the issue where you're just getting that vertical line are directly related to the template or the settings file. Otherwise, you should get something here. This title should populate. Even if you changed this title, something still should populate here, and you should at least get a few of these. Sometimes they're maybe you don't necessarily want total quantity or unit weight or something. So I mean, you do have the ability to remove certain things, but something should populate here. If nothing's populating here, that's why the program it's not displaying anything, because there's no default properties or default.
There.
Right.
Right.
Exactly.